Have you ever thought about what church looks like in another country? What it would be like to risk everything for simply following Jesus? These are the secret believers. It's 1949 and the People's Republic of China has just been established. China is ruled by a guy called Mao Zedong, an atheist and communist dictator who seeks to destroy Christianity at all costs. It is estimated that there are 1 million Christians in China at this point in time. And for the next 30 years, they face severe persecution. Believers imprisoned, pastors abused, and Bibles were burnt in their thousands. By 1979, there was an estimated 10 million believers, and that number soon doubled to 20 million. How did this great revival take place under such severe persecution? At the time, reports from China said that there was one thing that stood out, and it was the amount of time that these believers would spend in prayer. But it wasn't that they were praying for their own suffering. They were praying for their country. They were praying that revival would come to China. This is where the revival started, with prayer. One of the things that really surprised Mao Zedong and his government was that this revival wasn't made up of old people. It was made up of youth and young adults. Young people who could not only see the problems with communism, but could also see the freedom that you could find in Jesus. There were so many believers in China, but nowhere near enough Bibles. Open Doors had a vision of delivering 1 million Bibles in one night. And through prayer and hard work, and against all odds, Project Pearl achieved this. But there was still a thirst for Bibles. Over the last 30 years, Open Doors has delivered more than 40 million Bibles and pieces of Christian literature into China. Operations like Project Pearl have inspired Chinese Christians to begin printing their own Bibles in China. They now produce over 1 million Bibles a month. Today there are an estimated 80 million Christians in China, and there is no longer a Bible drought. But this isn't the end. There are new trials to overcome, new goals to reach, and more people who need to hear about Jesus. Christians are still being persecuted. House churches are still being attacked and shut down, with members beaten and imprisoned. But what if this revival has only just begun? What if we prayed for revival in other countries? Or revival in our country? Pray. Pray for the persecuted. Pray for those people who share our faith, but not our freedom. Pray for the people who constantly live in fear for simply following Jesus. And pray that we might be inspired to make a difference in our country. No prison, no border, and no door is closed to us when we pray. You see, one of the greatest revivals in the history of the world was built on prayer.